We move to the 125cc motocross competition, and this is really something special because you want to see some guys get some lift. These motorcycles only weigh between 150 and 200 pounds, so they really can get flying. Charlie White is in the blue. Brad Peterson is in the green. And Charlie White, he is a veteran of this competition, has been doing it for about 6 years. There is Brad Peterson on the outside. And Brad, a youngster, has been racing, well, actually about 10 years, but competitively just really the last 5. And he is racing for Kawasaki, you can tell. I would imagine, Tony, same situation. Make sure you make that first jump and in a hurry.
These fellas just might clear those jumps without any difficulty at all. They've got a lot more power.
Good jump by Brad Peterson. Good jump by both.
Oh, I think he may have caught him right at the wire. That's pretty close.
You may have another photo finish between Charlie White and Brad Peterson. And you talk about the importance of the final jump. It looked like Charlie White had the advantage, but here they come down the stretch. Look at the lift he gets. Holy smokes. I'm going to have to give it to Charlie White, but just barely. We'll be back to the vat in Philadelphia with more moto drag competition right after this. And there's your winner in the 125cc moto drag class, number 45, Jeff Glass. We move on to the four-wheelers competition. They call them the quads, and this is some kind of event. A little more horsepower than the 125s and 250s, and the frame was obviously a little bit wider, but boy, we have the same kind of danger and excitement.
Oh, boy, he's hands on.
Somebody conked out up there. That's Lou Barbari, and Lou will try and finish out. But meantime, his competition will win. We've got Ken Parada here. And Steve Brown. Whoa! So Ken Parada will move on easily. Jaime Pujols didn't make it over that second jump.
See how he leans way back? He just had no weight on those front handlebars whatsoever.
And there's a look at Jamie Pujols' quad, and it's a Honda, and I don't believe we're going to be seeing that baby anymore. Building a dirt track like this one inside a stadium that is already covered with perfectly good and perfectly clean AstroTurf is no small proposition. The shopping list goes something like this. You need 2,700 sheets of plywood, enough visqueen plastic to cover 25 football fields, 60 truckloads of dirt, enough to make a track 1,000 yards long and 3 feet high. You'll also need a crew of 25, 32 hours to put it all in, and 16 hours to tear it all out. Ken Donay is the guy responsible for getting it all in and getting it all out. Now, the Phillies play baseball here as well. How long does it take to make this back into a baseball stadium?
It goes out a lot faster because the dirt's compacted from all the pulling and the racing on it, so it breaks up in chunks. It comes out real fast. We'll be out 4 to 6 hours and maybe a couple more hours to take all the plywood and the visqueen up. But the dirt and stuff goes out real fast.
It's one of the more unusual jobs in America. How do you claim it on the IRS? What do you tell them?
I tell them I have a different name and address.
This isn't just dirt either. This is a certain type of clay that can be compacted into a hard surface suitable for racing. Oh, it may be hard to tell, but this dirt is portable and will be used over and over again to mess up stadiums again and again. Well, here we go, right away. Back to action.
Oh!
And what a tough spill taken by Frank Coryell, and he was pinned under his quad and appears to be hit in the head. Frank Coryell on his Honda. We've seen 2 spills in this quad competition already. Jamie Pujol, we were just talking about the safety in this sport compared to the motocross.
Let's take a look. He just hit hard, came over the handlebars.
Wow.
You know, one thing we're lucky about, though, all these drivers have a kill switch, and it's mounted right to the center of their belt. And if he didn't have that and his vehicle was still in gear, he could have been in a lot more trouble.
So Frank Coryell out of the competition after taking a nasty spill going over the top. Yes, indeed. Here we go. Ken Parada. He's on the inside. Taking the lead looks to be Joey Miller. Joey Miller on his Honda. So Joey Miller will continue on. This is the final round in the quad competition. Joey Miller against Tommy Holbert. And it's an easy win for Joey Miller. Joey Miller with this champion salute to the crowd and winner of this Moto Drags competition from Philadelphia. We've already taken a look at the motocross competition where the 125cc's, the 250cc's, the quads, and the three-wheelers were going from the left field foul line all the way to home plate and then all the way to the right field foul pole. What they were doing was they were jumping over these big hills. Well, now we go to the modified truck pull, and what they have to do is they have to redesign all of the carpet and all of the dirt. And Tony Vaccaro, who's the president of the USHRA Association, is down in the first base area, and he's watching all the activity. Tony, tell me, how do they do this, and what really takes place?
Okay, what they have to do, they've got to knock down the hill. The track has been pre-compacted underneath, so it doesn't take that much compaction. We've got to take the hills, we've got to level it, roll it again and get it even and get it ready so that it has a bite for these four-wheel drive trucks.
Thanks very much, Tony. And we'll be right back with modified truck pull competition here at the Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia coming up next. Exhibition, Tim Arfons with his Starfire funny car. And you talk about an interesting machine, but boy, is it a powerful machine, Tony. It will take this sled of some 40,000 pounds and really pull it down the track.
You know, Tim is from the famous Arfons family. His dad, Art Arfons, was the first to break the land speed record out of Bountiful Salt Flats, or the first one, I believe, to go over 600 miles an hour quite a few years ago.
Holy smokes, 600 miles an hour?
That's right, and all jet-powered. The whole family drives jets.
We're talking about a Starfire 1986 Corvette with a T58 turbine engine. That's some kind of power. What is the driver in the car have to do? Is it the good start? Because I understand there is absolutely no jerking. You have to have that steady pull at all times, but when the guy says go.
Start's important. The driver has to analyze the track. He's got to know whether to take off hard or take off easy and eventually get into it. Because if he doesn't build up enough speed, though, he will never pull that weight. So that weight will advance. You see the top of the bud cans. That's mounted on a weight box. That moves forward, and eventually all that pressure of 50,000 pounds is on that skid plate that he's hooked to right now in front of that sled.
Tim Arfons again with a T58 engine. Tony was talking about his family. That family, you can hear it, the car whining as it's winding up to really take off and power that tremendous amount of weight down the track. From the foul line to home plate here at the vet is 330 feet.
There we go, right by fire.
Tim Arfons. With a T58 turbine engine, front wheels off the ground. The crowd and an excitement here at the vet in Philadelphia. That's some kind of power. And Tim Arfons, this bud's for you.